Hi, welcome to Mr. Hanson Math. I'm Mr. Hanson. Let's do some math. Today we're going to do solve one-step equations. The difficulty here is it's going to be a three-part video. This is going to be part one. Let me show you. What I got here is a whole bunch of equations. What I'd like you to do is pause the video, find out what your problems look like on your homework that you need to solve, and then go to that video. But that being said, I gotta tell you, you need to watch part one before you watch part two. And if your teacher gives you stuff that's this difficult, you need to watch part one, then part two, then part three. What I'm trying to avoid is a big hour-and-a-half long video. One-step equations are more difficult than two-step equations, I'll be honest with you. And the reason is, there's such a large variety of problems that can be asked. Even though it's one step, how is that harder than two-step? Well, it's because two steps are very straightforward. They're the same thing every time. But one steps, I mean, there are so many different ways you can do it. I'm just going to get started so I don't waste time. But what I'm trying to say is step one video, I'm going to solve problems that look like this. Step two, part two video, I'm going to solve problems that look like this. And on my part three video, I'm going to solve problems that look like this. So just go pause the video, find out what you need, and then you'll know, do you need to watch part one and part two? Or do you need to watch part one and two, part three? All, whatever it is. So let me get started. Let's get started. This problem right here, x plus 1 equals 5. All right, to solve one-step equations, they're one step, so there's one step. Perform the opposite operator. Well, I know what opposite is. What the heck is an operator? Well, operator in math, there's lots of operators in math actually, but all you have to worry about is the main four, plus, minus, times, divide. All right, the main four math operators are plus, minus, times, divide, and you got to know the opposite. I'll tell you, even though it's relatively straightforward, guess what the opposite of plus is? Minus or subtract. What's the opposite of minus or subtract? Plus or add. What's the opposite of multiply? Minus? No. Divide. What's the opposite of divide? Multiply. The opposite of plus is minus, the opposite of minus is plus. The opposite of multiply is divide, the opposite of divide is multiply. So just perform the opposite operator. Find the operator, all you gotta do is look at the operator to perform the opposite. Okay, so let's go back, like I said, x plus 1 equals 5. X plus 1 equals 5. What operator do you see? X. No, x is not an operator. X is a number. You might call it a variable or unknown quantity or whatever, but the bottom line is x is a number. 1 is a number, 5 is a number, equals is a sign. There is only one operator, and it's one of these. Okay, so the operator's plus. We already talked about what's the opposite of plus? Minus. So what we're going to do is instead of plus 1, we're going to do the opposite operator, but the same number. Maybe I'll put it right here. Same number. Opposite operator, but the same number. Okay, the opposite of plus 1 is, the opposite of plus is minus, same number, keep it 1. The deal is, though, when you're looking at equations, if you look at equation, this number equals this number, and you subtract 1 from this side, it's no longer equal. What you got to do is you got to subtract 1 from this side also. For instance, if I say phi equals phi, and then I subtract 1 from this side, phi minus 1 equals 4, equals phi, no, it doesn't equal anymore. If you subtract 1, if you take away 1 from this side, you get a new number, and it's not equal to your original number. Whatever you do to one side of the equation, you have to do the same thing to the opposite side of the equation. I got to put a minus 1 here. 5 minus 1 is 4. Okay, now we're talking 4 equals 4. Well, what if I said 8 equals 8, and I wanted to go plus 2 to this side? Well, 10 equals 8 now? No. If you add 2 to that side, if these two numbers equal and you add 2, they're not equal anymore. You have to do whatever you did to this side, you have to do the same thing to the other side to make them equal again. If I did plus 2, I got to do plus 2. So now I got 10 equals 10. Okay, no big deal. Well, what if you had like 7 equals 7? And what if I did times 2? Or times 5? I don't care. Times 5, something huge. Well, if you got a number here and it times 5 is going to be way bigger. You can't just add 7. You can't divide by 3. You can't subtract 9. Whatever you do to this side, you times it by 5. You got to times this thing by 5. You get them on both sides. So if you times this by 5, you got to times this by 5. So 7 times 5, 35 equals 35. See what I'm saying? It's going to still be equal. It'll be a different number. I don't care. But it's still going to be equal. That's the point. Whatever you do to one side of the equation, you have to do the exact same thing to the other side. What if you got 10 equals 10? And I divide by 2 on this side. 10 divided by 2 is phi. I have to divide by 2 on the other side. I have to do the exact same thing. I have to do the same thing. So whatever you do to one side of the equation, that's what I'm saying. Whatever you do to one side of the equation, you have to do the same thing to the other side of the equation. Okay, let's get work. Let's get busy. Okay, if I'm minus 1 to this side of the equation, I got a minus 1 to that side of the equation also. So I'm going to go minus 1. The reason we do this is, do you know what plus 1 minus 1 is? Well, let's say x, we said x is a number. X is, let's say, I don't know what it is, 10. What's 10 plus 1 minus 1? 10 plus 1 is 11, minus 1 is 10. Oh, I started out with 10. What did you start with? 5. What's 5 plus 1 minus 1? 5 plus 1 is 6, minus 1 is 5. Hey, I started out with 5. What if x is 8? What's 8 plus 1 minus 1? 8 plus 1 minus 1. 8 plus 1 is 9, minus 1 is 8. I'm back to 8. Whatever number you started with, that's the number you're going to finish with. If you add 1 minus 1, you're back to what you started at. So the plus 1 minus 1 is actually 0. If you add 1, subtract 1, that's 0. X plus 0 is x. Or any number, that's what I'm saying. X is a number. Any number plus, if you would take a number, add 1, subtract 1, you're back to that number you started with. And on this side, I got 5 minus 1 as far. That's far. That's my answer. I know that took a long process to build this up, but we're going to get through these problems. We're going to get through them. We're going to pick up a little steam, but I got to lay it all out there. Okay, so let's say you got x plus 6 equals 16. X plus 6 equals the 16. Well, opposite operator, same number. Opposite operator, I see an operator now, plus. The opposite is minus. I'm going to minus 6. I need to minus 6. If I minus 5, that's not going to cancel, you guys. Plus 6 minus 5, that doesn't cancel. If I plus 6, I got a minus 6. To use the same number, that's what I'm saying. Opposite operator, plus, minus. And so I'm going to minus 6 to this side. But anytime you subtract 6, I got to subtract 6 to the other side. I got to do both sides. So minus 6, minus 6. Plus 6 minus 6 cancels to 0. X is just a number, some secret number. Any number plus 0 is that original number that you started with, x. And then 16 minus 6 is 10. There'd be my answer. There'd be my answer. What if we have a subtraction problem? Say x minus 3 equals a ln. X minus 3 equals a ln. We'll just find the operator. The main for operators in math are plus, minus, times, divide. You just got to find one. It's only one step. It's going to be one of them. I see a minus, so I'm going to do the opposite, which is plus. So I'm going to add 11 to both sides. Wait, what? Why would I add 11? That doesn't... Negative 3 plus 11, you guys, that doesn't cancel. Minus 3 plus 11 doesn't cancel at all. And when I say same number, not the same number on the other side. That would be bonkers. It doesn't match and it doesn't cancel anything. I could do plus 11 and get 22. I mean, how does that help me? None of that, it doesn't help me. I got to do the opposite, but the same number of the number that on your side of the equation, on the left side. So if this says minus 3, I'm going to do the opposite operator, but the same number. I'm going to put a 3 right here. But I plus 3 on that side. I best be plus and 3 on this side. Okay, minus 3 plus 3, that's 0. That cancels to 0. X minus 0 is still x. And then a ln plus 3 is 13. My answer is 13. That's the secret number. It's not a secret anymore. I found it out. X minus the 13 equals 30. X minus 13 equals 30. Okay, opposite operator, same number. Opposite operator, same number. I see a minus 15. The opposite of plus is minus. The opposite of minus is plus. The opposite of times is divide. The opposite of divide is times. So the opposite of minus is plus. I'm going to plus 15. But if I plus 15 to that side, I've got to plus 15 to that side. Okay, minus 15 plus 15, that cancels to 0. If you subtract 15, then add 15, that's nothing. So x, bring on equals, and then 30 plus 15 is 45. 45, and there's my answer. X equals 45. You see what I'm saying? One steps aren't that bad. They're only one step. But there's a lot of different ways they can ask, and we've barely even scratched the surface. So let me keep helping you. 2x equals 8. 2x equals 8. 2x equals 8. Okay, find the opposite operator. I don't see an operator. I don't see a plus. I don't see a times. I don't see a minus. I don't see a divide. I don't see a plus, minus, times, divide. I don't see any of them. I give up. Oh, don't give up. Don't give up. Give me a break. Give me a break. Fight. Find it. Okay, let me tell you a secret. A lot of people don't know this. But if you have a number touching a letter of the alphabet, a variable or an unknown quantity, if you have a number touching a variable or a number touching an unknown quantity, a number touching a letter of the alphabet, there is an implied multiplication in between the two. There's a little dot right here that you cannot see. It's an implied means it's there, but it's not there, but it should be there. That's what it's saying. It should be there, but we don't write it. It's just too much writing. Hey, if I put a number next to a letter, you need to know that there's a multiply there. So there's a little multiply right there. So that's actually my operator. That's my operator is my times. So I need to do the opposite of times, which is divide. And I'm going to divide Opposite operator, but the same number, 2. Divide by 2 on this side, but if you divide by 2 on this side, you got to divide by 2 on this side. So divide by 2 on both sides of the equation. Now I know that any number divided by itself equals 1. And that's why we do it. The opposite operator, same number, is because to do the opposite operator, same number, it's going to cancel to 1. It does not cancel to 0. When we were adding and subtracting, we canceled to 0. So we are going to cross it out. We are going to say cancel. But I want you to know that it's not canceling to 0. 2 divided by 2 is not 0. Put in your calculator. 2 divided by 2 equals 1. So this is 1 times x, which is just x. That's why we did it, to get rid of the 2. This is 1 times x. Well, I don't need to put the 1 times x. Oh, what's 1 times 5? 5. What's 1 times 8? 8. What's 1 times 6? 6. 1 times anything is just itself. So what's 1 times x? X. I don't need to put the 1 times. Okay, so 1 times x is x. Okay, and it equals 8 divided by 2, which is 4. So 8 divided by 2 equals 4. And so 2 times 4 equals 8. We got the right answer. You can check it. How about 7x equals 21? 7x equals 21. Sin x equals 21. Just opposite operator. First of all, find your operator. Perform the opposite with the same number. So I don't see a plus. I don't see a minus. I don't see a divide. I don't even see a times. But I know that there's a times. Whenever you have a number touching a letter, there's a times there. So that's times sin. The opposite operator is divide, but use the same number. So divide by 21. What? Don't divide by 21. I was just kidding around. Opposite operator, same number, but not the same number on the other side. Forget the number that's over there. That's not ever going to help you out. It's the number on this side that we need help with, is on the left. Okay, so instead of times sin, we're going to go divide by sin. But if I divide by sin on that side, I got to divide by sin on that side. Well, now I know that 7 divided by 7 is 1. And 1 times x is x. 21 divided by sin is tree. That's my answer. That's my unknown quantity, tree. I'm done. One step. Well, we've done plus, we've done minus, we've done times. Now let's do divide. What if you have x divided by 2 equals 4? X divided by 2 equals 4. Well, it's still the same step. I got one step. Opposite operator. You find out what operator you got and do the opposite, but the same number. Opposite operator, same number. Okay. I don't see a plus. I don't see a divide. I don't see a times. I don't see a plus, a minus, a times, or a divide. I don't see any of them. Oh, come on. You know that fraction bars mean divide, right? If you don't, let me tell you right now, fraction bars mean divide. That means division right there. The divide by sign, that's where it came from. If you have x divided by 2, that's the same thing as this number divided by this number. That's where the divide by sign came from. I know it looks funny, nobody likes to look at it, but that's really what it means. This number divided by this number. So when you see a fraction bar, that actually means divide. So what we're going to do is the opposite of divide. We know that the opposite of divide is times. We're going to times on both sides. So times, but what number? Same number. So instead of divide by 2, I need to do times 2. This is where it gets tricky. Don't be lazy and sloppy. I get lazy and sloppy students get problems wrong, and that's because they're putting like times 2 down here or something. Don't put it down there. It doesn't belong down there. 2 times 2 is 4 and does not cancel. It does not help us. So don't put a 2 down here. It's lazy. The 2 goes up in the numerator, and I'll show you why in just a minute. Okay, so I'm going to times 2 on that side, but if I times 2 on that side, I got to times 2 on that side. So I'm going to put times 2 on that side, both sides of the equation. Okay, on this side, I have 2 times x divided by 2, or 2 times x over 2. What happens really is I need to put this over 1. Anytime you have a whole number, you can divide by 1, and then we're multiplying fractions. You should watch my multiply fractions video. If you watch my multiply fractions video, you'll know that you multiply straight across, SA, straight across. So 2 times x is 2x, and 1 times 2 is 2. Bring down the equals. I know that 4 times 2 is 8. Okay, I got to cancel now. 2 divided by 2. Everybody knows that 2 divided by 2 is 1. And then there's an implied multiplication there. So 1 times x is x. And my answer is just 8. X equals 8. So that's my answer. 8 divided by 2 equals 4. But this was confusing. Let me do this again. Let's say x divided by 5 equals 30. X divided by 5 equals 30. Oh, that's easy, Mr. Hanson. The answer is 10. Oh, really, kid? Really? The answer is 10? You're going to stop my video? Just tell me the answer is 10? Oh, I could do that in my head. Why do I have to do one step? We have to do one step because you got it wrong. The answer is not 10. Don't do math in your head, you guys. Don't do it. Take the steps. I know you don't like to do this. I know it. I know you don't like to do it. That's a fact. but it increases the chances of getting it right, and that's what you need to do. You need to learn how to understand this. Nobody likes it. I know nobody likes math. You're sitting there looking at this, I hate this, I want to recess or whatever. Okay, go to recess, but come back and learn how to do it proper. The answer is not 10. 10 divided by 5 is 2, not 50. It's not even close. What I told you is one step. Let's do it proper. Let's do it proper. Opposite operator. I see a divide. That's a fraction bar. That's divide. The opposite is times. The opposite operator divide is times. So I'm going to times both sides. The opposite operator, but the same number, 5. Instead of divide by 5, I'm going to go times by 5. So times by 5. I learned over here I need to put it up in the numerator because I need to multiply a straight across. So I'm going to times this side by 5. Anytime you do something to one side of the equation, you best be doing the same thing to the other side. Now I'm going to put this over 1 because I know how to multiply fractions straight across, SA. I'm going to go straight across. 5 times x is 5x, and 1 times phi is phi, equals 50 times phi is 250. 250, right there. Okay, I know that phi divided by phi is 1, and 1 times x is just x, and the answer is 250. You were thinking it was 10. Now, I'm not going to get you in trouble or nothing, but you got to understand. Don't be looking for shortcuts and tricks and things like that. I mean, if you're going to get the wrong answer, I can get a wrong answer faster than you. I mean, why even do it in your head and get the wrong answer? Just get the wrong answer. Just go straight to recess. Anyway, the bottom line is because these divisions, I'm actually going to have you skip one step. Normally, I never skip steps. But this one, I'm going to show you one way to skip steps so you don't have to do extra step when it's only one step. I'm trying to do one step, so I'm doing 2 steps. Okay, let me show you how to do it in one step when you got the divisions, okay? Let's say x divided by tree equals 9. Got it, Mr. Hanson. The answer is tree. I'm going to recess. Doggone you, kid. Whew. Sometimes I got to calm myself down. The answer ain't tree. Tree divided by tree is 1, not 9. The answer is not tree. So let's do the steps, but I'm going to skip a step. Let me show you. You'll like this. You'll like this, actually. So opposite operator, same number. Instead of divide by tree, I'm going to go times by tree, put it in the numerator, times by tree, put it on the other side. Same thing on both sides. But in this case, I'm just going to cancel right there. I'm going to cancel right there. And then I'll just say, I'll bring down the x equals 27. You see, now it's one step. What I'm doing is I'm doing this canceling, but I know that this is not actually tree times tree. That would be 9 and it would not cancel. This is tree times 1/3, and tree times 1/3 is 1, and that's why it cancels to 1, not to 0. Add and subtract cancels to 0, multiply and divide cancel to 1. Let me do it again so you see what I'm saying. Let me do it again. Okay, x divided by phi equals, I don't know, let's do phi. Okay, instead of divide by phi, I'm going to times by phi, I'm going to times by phi. I know that this is not 4 times 4. This is actually 4 divided by 4. If I actually put this over 1 and went straight across, this is a 4 in the numerator, a 4 in the denominator. They cancel. 4 divided by 4 is 1, and 1 times x is x, and that equals 16. Let's do a couple quick ones. Let's say x divided by phi equals 10. X divided by phi equals 10. I have a divide by phi. I'm going to go times by phi, times by phi. I know this is not phi times phi. This is really a fraction. This is numerator, this is denominator. So I'm going to do phi divided by phi, which is 1. X equals 30. And 50 divided by phi equals 10, sure enough. How about x divided by, let's do x divided by 1 equals tree. I don't care. What's the opposite divided by 1? Times by 1, times by 1. 1 divided by 1 is 1, times x is x. Tree times 1 is tree. Tree divided by 1 equals tree, sure enough. Okay, so that was the video on part 1 where I did these kind of problems. I did these kind of problems on part 1. So if your teacher's giving me fractions and decimals, that's what I'm going to get into in part 2. So you can just click on that video right here. I'll put this right here at the end of the video. Click on this part 2 video and watch that one. Okay, so I'll meet you in that video. I'll put the link right up here. And until then, please don't stop learning.